Hello and welcome to another SourceFuse Talking Out Cloud, our leadership chat series. My name is Liz Grint, Marketing Manager here at SourceFuse, and for over 17 years now, we've been transforming enterprises through our bespoke, secure and scalable cloud-native solutions and services, and as a result, have developed a broad range of industry expertise and experience. In today's chat, we're focusing on the topic of generative AI, what it is, why it's gaining in popularity, and how businesses can get to grips with the concept of Gen AI. So I'm really pleased to be joined today by Nirav Shah, Principal Solutions Architect at Amazon Web Services. Welcome, Nirav.
First and foremost, Liz, thank you so much for having me for this session and for the entire SourceFuse team as well. So thank you so much for inviting us to this session. Hi, everyone. My name is Nirav Shah, and I serve as a Principal Partner Solutions Architect and an AI/ML specialist here at AWS, bringing to the table over 18 years of profound industry experience. I have been with AWS for a little over 5 years, and my journey has been centered around working with our AWS customers and our AWS partners to help them design, build, and accelerate their adoption of innovations using AWS as a platform. With a special emphasis, my role is focused more around like partners as well as artificial intelligence and machine learning. Um, Outside of my professional realm, I harbor a deep passion for photography and travel. So I like capturing movements as well as traveling and exploring new horizons wherever I can.
That's nice. Thank you. So to really start this conversation, the terms AI and machine learning have been in common use for many years, but now we hear the term generative AI or Gen AI more and more often. So how do you define Gen AI?
Great question. So, generative AI is a type of AI that can create new contents, new ideas. And that includes like creating a new conversations, creating new stories, creating new images, videos, musics, and the list just goes on. But the key thing to understand here is like any AI, generative AI is also powered by the machine learning models. So it's a very large model that are pre-trained on the vast corpus of the data. And this is what certainly referred to as a common term of foundational models. Now, the size and the general purpose nature of this foundation model makes them different from the traditional, machine learning model. So traditionally, like these machine learning models, which perform a very specific task. Now, when I talk about the task, could be like analyzing the text or doing the sentiment analysis or classifying the images or even like doing the forecasting trends. So these are very specific tasks, and this is where the traditional machine learning models does really well. Now, in contrast to like before we're going to go on the foundational models. So in order for this machine learning models to do the inference, they have been trained with a specific data set, and this data sets have been labeled. So these machine learning models have trained and they understand the patterns between this data sets during the training. And then after the training, when you produce a new data set, which they haven't seen, they can perform the inference. In contrast, the foundational models, instead of gathering the labeled data set for each model and training multiple models, customers can use the same pre-trained foundation models to adapt various tasks. And foundation model can also be customized to meet customers' requirement by doing various techniques such as like fine tunings or prompt engineering without having them to go and retrain the entire model. That can save the cost as well as the time for the customers.
That's a brilliant definition. Thank you so much. A lot of people might think that Gen AI is a hype or just a buzzword, but in your opinion, why is it becoming more prominent and gaining in popularity?
Yeah, certainly. The growing prominence and the popularity of generative AI is underpinned by several key factors. These are like some of the reasons that explain why foundation models are becoming more and more popular and why they are really successful. I think the key thing I would highlight is the innovation in the machine learning and AI ML, domain, specifically the introductions of the transformer-based architectures. So the transformer architecture is a type of neural network that is very efficient, it's easy to scale, and it is highly parallelizable. So you can have this model, and they basically can find the interdependencies between your input and output, and that makes that model to correlate and make more efficient, the inference. That is one of the reasons as the evolutions and advancement in this space. Second thing I would say is these foundation models also have in context learning. So that is like showing the potentials on a range of different sets of applications. Maybe if you are doing the text classifications to translations or even doing the text summarizations, this new training paradigm provides pre-trained machine learning models with instructions for new tasks, or just like few examples instead of retraining the entire model on a label data set, as we discussed earlier. So because no additional data or training is needed, and the prompts are provided in a natural language for the model to adopt this context and then provide the more inference. So that is another reason, why it's very popular, and it's not a hype anymore. It's been basically used in actual business use cases. And final thing that I would say is something we call as an emergent behaviors at the scale. So what it means is like a growing model size because of the vast amount of corpus data that the model have been trained. They are huge in the size. So this growing model size and the use of increasingly large amount of data have resulted what is being termed as emerging capabilities. So what it means is when a model reaches a critical size, they start to exhibit, they start being showing and displaying the capabilities that have not been seen previously. So this is like some of the reason like the generative AI is no longer a hype, but like a lot of key stakeholders, when we talk to like CEOs, CTOs, or even like the board members, they are definitely talking about generative AI to see how they can do the advancement and bring more values to their business.
That's brilliant. So you mentioned there you have conversations with CTOs and CIOs, and in those sorts of conversations about their enterprise data strategy, what are the changes or adjustments needed in order for them to be able to leverage Gen AI?
As we all know, the potential for the foundational model is really, really exciting. However, we are still in the very early days with this foundational model. So now customers want to be able to right away begin testing using these foundational models and start building new capabilities and new experience for their end users to transfer their existing applications, right? However, I think there are few things standing in their way as of today. First, customers really need the broadest, the choices. Like for example, they need a straightforward way to find and access these high-performing foundational models that gives them the outstanding result, as well as are best suited for their business use case. So they need an ability to have the ways to find more than one foundational models to basically innovate and solve many of their business use case. Second, I think customer want to integrate this capabilities into their applications to be seamlessly. So without having them to go and manage any kind of huge clusters of infrastructures or even like incurring large cost for running this foundation model. So that is another areas where I would see customers are thinking about how can they overcome these situations. And finally, I would say customer want to be easier to take these foundation models and build differentiated apps using their own data set. Now, as we talk, that data is a new fuel. Whether it's a little data or even like the lot of data that they are talking. Since the data customer want to use for this customization is incredibly valuable IP for their own organization. So they need to stay completely protected, secure, and also have like they want to make this data private for their own use case. during any of this entire foundation model trainings or even like doing this new capabilities. So they want to have the more control about their data strategies on how this data has been stored, who is accessing this data, how they are accessing the data. So customer definitely needs more governance and right data, modernizing the data architecture strategies about like building a centralized lake house or data lake solutions where they can have a more governance, more fine-grained controls, and to overcome this silos in their different data sets that they are using.
So a lot of considerations you mentioned there. And what are the types of services and tools that AWS can offer that help customers to understand the concepts around GenAI, and how do they help customers?
No, I think that's a great question, Liz. And I would say that Amazon and AWS have been, so we at Amazon and AWS, we have been innovating on behalf of our customers for more than 25 years. And we have a huge heritage of artificial intelligence and machine learning. I would say, like, I always talk to the customers and I always express in a way that we have AI and ML as a part of our DNA. We have many different services. We provide customers with the broadest and deepest sets of the services to help customers choose the right tool to do the right job. So when it comes to generative AI, we have many different several existing services that customers have been leveraging. But in the recent few months, we have made like quite a few announcements and for our customers to get them enabled on generative AI. One of them is we have the Amazon Bedrock. Amazon Bedrock is the easiest way to build and scale generative AI applications with the foundational models. And that is from like our key foundational model providers such as AI 21 Labs, Anthropic, Stability AI, and Amazon Titan. And then we even like in fact have recently welcomed foundational models from the Cohere. So with the Bedrock's fully managed serverless capabilities, customer can get started quickly with the range of foundation models. They can use these foundation models to securely and privately customize them with their own data set, and they can easily integrate and deploy these foundation models in their applications without having them to worry about managing any of this underlying infrastructure. So that's a great way for customers to get started. Another way I would say is we have the best price performance infrastructure for training and even performing the inference in the cloud. And that comes with our AWS Premiums and the Inferentia, which is combined with the EC2 Ultra clusters and the high-speed networking among those instances to provide customers the highest level of throughputs and extra low latency machine learning requirements. And finally, we have the services like we have like services with built-in generative AI capabilities, such as like Amazon Code Whisperer, which is an AI coding companion that helps you easily write the source code by generating whole line, it can generate the whole line or even like the full function code just natively integrated with many of these integrated development environments that your organization would be using as of today, based on like just having your natural language comments or even surrounding code. I come from a lot of open source and hands-on development experience, so I love this service because it helps me easily get started. It helps me easily get and generate this code with fractions of time. So we do have these capabilities, and we even have a lot of other additional capabilities such as Amazon SageMaker Jumpstart, where customers have ability to even go and use many of the open source or even proprietary foundational models to get started using them, bringing these capabilities. So yeah, I mean, those are some of the services that I would quickly like to highlight.
Yeah, yeah. So there's ways to help people get started quicker. So we're really proud to be an AWS Advanced Consulting Partner, but how do customers benefit from that combined support of AWS and its partners like SourceFuse?
So I would say like whether it is time to migrate, whether it's a time to modernize customers on business or take it into the innovative new territory or even expand their solutions to geographical locations, our AWS partners can be a game changer into this journey, especially like a partner like SourceFuse. The robust AWS partner community we have more than 100,000 different partners across 150 different countries. This vibrant and diverse network of partners could really help our customers, deliver a greater value for their business. They can help them increase the agility, at the same time can help them reduce the cost. But on a high level, if I would really have to break down where the partners can really add the values, I would say like there are three areas. One thing is the innovation. With the current trend, the innovation is the key to sustain and continue to innovate your business. So customer could engage with our AWS partners for innovations and cost-effective, scalable, cloud solutions and capabilities for their own organizations. This can help them keep the pace of innovations with the cutting-edge technologies. Second is the expertise, because our AWS partners have been working with so many different customers in so many different industries and domain. They have a tremendous amount of helping customers do more innovations with their requirements. So our AWS partners are the strategic expert, and I would say experience builder that could help address customers many of their business needs. And finally, the other thing I would say is like the global reach. As I mentioned, like we have, AWS partner community is a extremely rich community with more than 100,000 partners across 150 different countries. So whether it's like whenever they want or wherever they, want their business to go, there is a partner ready to go and help them. So choose like from a global community of trusted AWS partners across like software, hardware, or any of their other service related needs. So AWS partner is definitely a key member of our customers' journey and acceleration to AWS.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much, Nirav. Massive thanks for sharing your insights today. You've got a lot of experience in this area, so you've really given us a feel for GenAI.
No, thank you so much, Liz, and thanks everyone for joining us and having me on this session. I really enjoyed this, so thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. And thanks to our viewers as well for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like the video, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss our next video. And I'll see you all again soon on our next Talking Out Cloud.